How's it going, guys? It's Fake Thriller, and today I'm here to talk to you about mainly the UMP-45, but a quick side topic that I want to cover is the PDW category in general. Now, we're all pretty much aware that the UMP-45 just saw some crazy love by DICE during the Armored Kill patch, where it's minimum damage maximum damage within 8 meters, I think, is 34 hit points of damage per bullet, and that is on par with the big boy LMGs like the PKP, the M60, and the 240 Bravo. Now, that's unheard of for a UMP or a PDW anyway, because no other weapons other than the sniper rifles can perform that much damage with a single bullet. And I really like this change, and I've got a couple reasons. First of all, it took the UMP-45 from being a bland, underused weapon to being a weapon that can compete with any other weapon in the game. So you can literally use this PDW in any class with any kit. So you can actually, if you need to play recon, you can roll with the UMP-45 and you can still like hold your own against other like really powerful weapons. I'm gonna say even as much as the M16 A3 and weapons like the AUG and the G36C. The UMP-45 is right up there now, especially in TDM or on maps like Scene Crossing and other like tight cornered, a lot of close engagement maps. You'll do very well. And you'll sort of see that now. It's almost like people just get dropped like after just a couple bullets because the gun is so damn powerful. And it's got a respectable fire rate too, you see. Anyway, the thing that I really like the most about this change is it's added this whole scope of unique factors to the PDW class. I have simthic.com open, which for those of you who don't know is the website who painstakingly goes through the game's code and gets the weapon statistics, the damage statistics, and so on and so forth, and posts them all in convenient graphs. It's what we use for our weapon reviews, and I think it's what most of the community uses for any real technical information about the guns and how they perform. Anyway, it's simthic.com. It's very easy to find. Just Google it. But now you look at the PDW category, and it has a diverse range of statistics all across the board. And it's refreshing because if you look at the assault rifle class, it is the same thing every single time, bar the G3A3. It is 25 hit points of damage at 8 meters, and it trails down to 18.4 damage at 50 usually. Obviously the G3A3 I think has a little bit higher damage output, and the ranges might be different on that. But for the most part, it's all the same thing, and most of the guns have 31 bullets. And the only way they really differentiate the balance in the assault class, or this goes for the engineer class and the support class as well, are by reload times and recoil patterns. There's really no other factors worked in to the assault weapons or the engineer weapons like there is in the PDW category. So just to give you a quick rundown of what we're looking at now for different kinds of weapon performance, we have the AS Val, who has a unique damage over distance rating as it is. It does 20 damage maximum, and out to 40 meters, it does 18.4 damage. So you're pretty much dealing a guaranteed 18 damage no matter what. It's a very consistent weapon, and that's unseen anywhere else in the game. But then you drop down to the M5K that does 25 and 13.75. So that's totally different from the AS Val. Then you go to the MP7, it's 20 and 11.2. But that fire rate is through the roof on the MP7, so that sort of makes up for it. Then the P90 comes in, and that's the same 20 to 11.2, but that has 51 rounds. So the recoil, the vertical recoil on the P90 is higher. That's actually a very good gun, by the way. And then so on and so forth. So all the damage ranges are different in the PDW category, and it seems to be a great way to have weapons stand out, as opposed to what I was saying before with the assault rifle or engineer class, assault or engineer classes, where basically they just balance it based on rate of fire and recoil. The PDW category of weapons has so much personality now. The PP-19 does 16.7 damage minimum, or maximum, and then 12.5 damage minimum, but that has 55 rounds. Everyone knows that's a pea shooter, but it's unique to that weapon. And then the PP-2000 matches the M5K, and but then you have the UMP-45 that all of a sudden deals 34 damage per bullet in close range. That's something that you don't see in any other category. The only kit that seems to come close to a difference from weapon to weapon like that is the support class, well, and I guess the recon class when you're talking about the mobile sniper rifles and the bolt actions, or in the support class where you got the big boy LMGs that deal 34 damage, or the I guess you call them light LMGs. It's kind of weird. That deal typical assault rifle damage. But the point of what I'm trying to say is the PDW category has really turned out to be quite a diverse, and you know, each weapon has a personality. It's not just, you're not just factoring rate of fire and recoil. It's each one has different damage, and you know, you could like it for this or that, and it's more than just what the assault rifles have to deal with when it comes to everyone's got the same blanket damage. So I would like to see that in the future. I know it's probably too late in the game cycle for them to do it now, where they would start changing dramatic damage differences in the other categories. But it's something to think about when it comes to weapon balance, because this is the problem that is created when you do it the way they've been doing it with the assault rifles. You end up with weapons like the M416 or the M16A3 or the AEK, where me and Snoov has said countless times that rate of fire accounts for more than pretty much anything in this game. If you have a fast firing weapon, you're probably going to outshoot your opponent. The only difference to that being the PP-19. But even then, you're suppressing and everything like that. So there's basically what I'm saying is there's more ways for them to, how do I want to say this, to balance the weapons other than recoil and rounds per minute. I'd like to see them do a little bit more balancing with the actual damage. Give each gun a little bit more personality and the fine tunes. Let people play with certain weapons because you know you're going to be in that weapon's hotspot for damages. They changed the PP-2000 so it's got a better mid-range. They upped the M5K so it's got a better close range, and same with the UMP-45. And now when you're running around in different maps, you can sort of decide what's a good, you know, weapon for this particular set of MCOMs or this particular map when we're playing Team Deathmatch or Rush or Conquest. You know, you can sort of decide what is best. If you're going to have one engagement, like, then maybe you want to run the FAMAS because it's got a super high rate of fire, but it's got a long reload time. So if you're only going to be coming into enemies one at a time, then maybe you'd want to go with that. But it would be nice to see if they would update the weapon damages and stuff like that. So this kind of tacks on to what Snoov and Epona and Tony and Papa were saying in their roundtable just about weapon balances and who knows what's a good idea. And obviously I don't know what's best, but it was something I was noticing when I was looking at the UMP-45. So give me your thoughts on what you guys would like to see, whether or not you want to see you know, weapon damages in the future. I'm talking like Battlefield 4, Medal of Honor, or something like that. Like, it'd be kind of nice to have new weapons that aren't just the same weapon stats with new skins, you know? So let me know what you think, and get out there and play with this UMP-45 because it is a beast. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video, and I'll catch you next time. Alright guys, here are two videos you might have missed. On the left is a link to the roundtable I referenced in this video where Snoov, Epona, Tony, and Papa all talk about weapon balance and who should say what and who should keep their mouths shut. And on the right is a commentary I made a few weeks ago asking Battlefield fans if Medal of Honor Warfighter is going to be enough for them. So go ahead and click on one of the links, and do me a favor, leave a like on this video, and if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe by clicking the link on the screen. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.